Hi folks, I'm Todd and we're making time now. And today we're going to show you how to set up a SCOFF EZ Campfire Oven and how to flex the panels, a brand new one. And this is a brand new one. You can see how compact it is. That's a 17-inch rack, the tripod, and the 3 panels. And it fits in actually it fits in that little compartment on the camper. It's kind of a tight fit. You gotta, to get this 17-inch rack through there, you gotta go corner to corner, but it does fit, and then it'll go into pretty small holes. But as you can see, it's pretty compact. So we'll get this unwrapped. First, I grab my tripod, unwrap it. And I like the tripods that have the shot cord, just for easy setup. All your pipes stick together. You're not gonna lose one. And it's real fast setup. It's like a tent. And they just snap right together. I use a Coghlan's tripod. I like the best. I feel the shot cord is a lot better. Like this one, for instance, is double shot cord. Some of your other ones that you get are only single, and I've had problems with them before. So I like the Coghlan's. And if you get a tripod, a new one, I recommend right up on top here, after you put it together, this top, this is stamped here. When you get a new one, there's a little, where this is stamped, you want to take your pair of vice grips, put on that tab. There's 2 tabs, one on each side. Put them on there and bend them inwards so that it allows the chain to flow through there easily. Otherwise, your chain, if it turns, it'll get caught and it's fighting you. So you just take your vice grips, push on this side and this side, or your pliers or whatever you have, and it allows it to slide a lot easier. But it's just a little thing you might want to do if you get a new tripod. These panels, when they're with a SCOFF EZ Campfire Oven, when you get them, they're bare steel. This is not stainless steel. It's bare steel. I put mineral oil on it to keep it from rusting. There's 3 panels. You have a door that has the handle, and it has a finger on it, and it has a little tab back here. And what that tab is for the bigger rack. You pull this finger up, you turn it, then you put it in there. Sometimes I even use it on the smaller rack to help it fit leveler. Then you have another panel. It's just a bare panel. Has an S hook. And these panels is made out of 24 gauge steel. And it looks like a diamond. There's 24 ribs on this, and when we break them. And these are all made by hand. The 3rd panel has an S hook, has a temperature gauge, and it has a finger. And that other one has a finger too, S hook, finger. And this is the 3rd panel. So start off, we'll take the panel here that has nothing, and we'll see how it fits. And you won't hurt these panels. You can flex them. However, if you flex it too much, you'll flex them back. When we make them, we try to get them as close as we can. Some are closer than the others, but you always have to tweak them up on top or on the bottom. So what you do, you push in your finger on the bottom there, about probably 1/2 inch or so. Turn your rack around. I like the bars that go around this way. It's harder to scoop up the burgers, but I don't know, I just like it this way. But you line up the side of the panel with the side of the chain. What we're doing here, we're making the door. So you're sliding this down here, and if it ain't quite right, then you just move it a little bit. So I think we'll go right there. See, that's a little bit too far. Your door's not going to be very big. So we'll move back one. And that's right pretty good. I'd say about right there. Let's see if we go back one, what it looks like. See, if you go back one, it doesn't cover the chain. So we'll go back to that one. And you put the finger inside the lip of the rim of the rack. So you just put that in there like that. You bring up the S hook, and I put it in the bottom of the S hook in here. Now if this was a bigger rack, like this is a 21 inch. I think another video, I think I called it a 20, and on the instructions it might say 20. This is a 21 enamel, and really like this one. This one ain't upgraded. This is the one I take camping. It's a smaller one. But on this bigger one, what you'd have to do, you would have to take these panels and flex it out and up on the top to go around the circumference of that rim. So, but it'll fit both, no matter, whatever rack that you have. And what you would do, you might have to hang it a little higher on the chain so that it will take in that circumference. But we have the 17, so this is what we're gonna do. With maybe sometime I'll do another video with it, stretching it out to the 20, but you just flex it out. So here is your door, where you want to make your door. So we pick a spot. We're covering our chain, taking the S hook, put it in the bottom of the S hook. And this one here, you can see it fits, but it's a little bit big. You can see it's a little rattly around here. So what you do, you take it off and you flex it in a little bit. You might not get it right the first time. Most likely I probably won't. You flex it in a little bit, and you just refit it. Try again. See, now it's sitting a lot tighter now, just by flexing it in that little bit. Put the S hook in the bottom of the S hook. Now we'll try the other panel. And this one here is the temperature gauge on it. You push your finger in, about a ½ an inch or so. Now, let me get on this side. This here is going to be making your door. Here's your door. So we want to put this one so that the side of the panel is on the edge of the chain. If we don't, then we're going to overlap the tins probably 6 inches or so, or a couple inches. If we don't, we're going to have a tiny little door. So we need to, you can see it right there, it's over quite a bit, 3-4 inches. So we're going to take this, slide it back so it's just covering the chain, so that you have a bigger door to put your pizza pans in there, or your pizza stones. Take the S hook and you put it right in the bottom of the S hook on the chain there. And this one here fits pretty good. That's, you look over here, it's still sticking out a little bit. I'd like to see that bent in a little bit, maybe. So we'll take that off. And we'll just bend it just a little bit. Let's get a little bit tighter fit. It would work fine that way, but I like it making it look nice. Okay, take the S-hook, put it in the bottom of there, and it fits pretty good. I think this S-hook here is what is holding it out. There, she's fitting nice and tight there. Now the door, same thing. You pull the finger out and you set your door on. Now, if your door keeps popping open, that means it's too tight. It's in too far. You need to stretch it out. But this door, that fits pretty good. See how that kind of slides down, and it's past this other panel. Don't look nice. That's where you could use this little thing here. I don't know if I can twist it by hand. I might have to get a pair of pliers. Yep, I did. Started to turn it. So what we're gonna do, we'll pull this one out and we'll turn that little tab there. And once you get it where you want it, you don't have to mess with it again. Okay, when you get it turned, that's what you have. Now, you push this back in. And what that does, it holds it out. We'll see how it looks on here now. Take it. It goes on there, but kind of sticks out here, up here. Not fitting tight. You want it looking nice, so you just take it, flex a little bit. You might even take these in, maybe even bend this corner in here a little bit. Don't take much to bend it. And like I said, if you bend it too far, you can just bend it back. You're not going to hurt them. Then you just take your door, fit on there, and see how nice, see it's popped out here a little bit. We want to get it perfect. You just push in on it a little bit. There. Like I said, in this here, you can push it in, might be a little easier to get your door on. And when you're putting stuff on and off, if you want, if it's moving around on you, what you could do, you slide it up. Slide it up and it traps it in here. You take your door off, now it ain't gonna move around on you. You can lower it down. And these here, well, this is brand new. You can tell it still has the wrapper on it. The temperature gauge is at rack level. That way, if your flames start, if your fire starts flaming up, it's gonna be, your temperature gauge is gonna be reacting faster. If it was up here, it's gonna, your food's gonna burn before it shows the heat going up. So that's why it's down here at the bottom, and so that the temperature will respond faster. The gauge will. And these here, the EZ Campfire Oven is a money back guaranteed. If you're not happy, send me a message or whatever, and we'd be more than glad to give your money back. You pay the shipping. Over all the years, we never had one returned yet. They'll do a little bit of everything. They're a smoker, cooker, oven, fire saver, fire prevention. And when I raise and lower it, I grab up here. Normally the chain isn't hot. If you want, you got sensitive hands, get a glove so you don't burn yourself. But you just raise it, lower it like that. And it don't take much, if you're a little too hot, it don't take much movement to get it to cool it down or to heat it up. If you're too hot, raise it up. If you're too cold, you'll lower it down. And I like to give it a little bit of a spin. And what that does, it'll turn this way, then it'll turn that way. And it'll do this for a few minutes. And what this does, it gives you a more even cook. It goes hot and cold because your fire isn't a perfect even temperature. and it'll go back and forth. And when you're sitting in your chair and nothing to do, you take a poker there and you just give it a spin, and like that. The handle is a lightweight metal, the same, that's 24 gauge steel, same as the panels. And what that does, it dissipates the heat, and that doesn't, you have to have a high temp for a while to get hotter, but I always recommend to use a glove when you're using it. I normally don't, but yeah, I would recommend use a glove until you know how hot, how cold that gets. But normally it's pretty good, as long as you're at 300, all depending on the sensitive of your hands. Now to tear this down, it's quite easy. Take the door, put it over here, go up on the S hook. That's your temperature gauge. Put your temperature gauge down first. You want to pile everything on top of that on the temperature gauge. Take this one off, lay it on top of the temperature gauge. Put your door on there like so. You flip it over like that. You lower your rack all the way down. Fold up your legs. And you wind her up. Like so. Put the bigger end down at the big end. And you can set it up that fast. And it's that easy. I can usually put it together in about a minute. As long as the tripod ain't fighting me, the chain don't get tangled up or something, without rushing or hurrying. That quick, that easy, that compact. Yeah, the panels I rub down with mineral oil to keep them from preventing rusting and shipping, and when they're in storage, when I have them. Once you get them, you ought to wipe that off, get your high temp grill paint and paint them. And then that usually that'll hold up good. Or you could season them like a cast iron pan or a metal pan for that much. A fine layer of oil, and I'm going to do a video on it. Hang them over your fire with a fine layer of oil, heating them up, and a couple coats, and they'll turn black and help prevent them. If you like us, share us. If you like the video, and tell a friend. Like I said, you can do anything with the EZ Campfire Oven. So until we see you the next time, make sure you make yourself some time now.